Good afternoon, students. Today we will start with chemical kinetics. Now, when we are dealing with this, first of all, let us speak something about chemical reactions. Now, we all know that chemical processes are accompanied by chemical reaction. And chemical reaction involves some energy changes, right? Now, whenever we are provided with a chemical reaction, what we need to judge first that whether the reaction is possible or not. That means whether the reaction is feasible or not, or whether the reaction is going to occur or not. Okay, so that is judged by thermodynamics. So thermodynamics gives us the green signal that yes, the reaction will occur or the reaction is not going to occur. After thermodynamics, the next part which is important is chemical equilibrium, because equilibrium gives us an idea about the extent of the reaction, how far the reaction is going to proceed, how much percentage conversion into products will be there. And an important judgment other than thermodynamics and equilibrium is kinetics. Kinetics means the speed of the reaction. That means the rate at which the reaction is proceeding. That is, it is giving rise to products. Okay. Now, let us suppose a general reaction like this, A to B. So, A represents the reactant and B represents the product. Okay. Now, let us suppose at time t equal to 0, A is present in full amount, suppose it is 100 and B was 0, because the reaction is not yet started. Now, after a time span of say 15 seconds, the amount of B formed is suppose 60 and the amount of A remaining is 40. Now, this is, suppose this reaction is a very fast reaction and this is the ultimate value. The reaction is not going to proceed further. Okay. So, what we are seeing that the reactant concentration is dropping from 100 to 40 within a span of 15 seconds and the product concentration is increasing from 0 to 60. Okay. So, how to specify the rate? The rate of a reaction is given by change in concentration by time taken. Right? Now, change in concentration by time taken means, so rate can be specified either in terms of the reactant or rate can be specified either in terms of the product. So, here change in concentration means we can write the change in concentration with respect to reactant or change in concentration with respect to product. Now, let us specify rate as R and let us specify in terms of change in the concentration of reactant. So, I am writing here Ra. So, Ra means change in concentration means final concentration minus initial concentration by the time taken means the time interval. Okay. So, it is T final minus the T initial. So, here what is the final concentration of the reactant? It is 40. What about the initial concentration? It is 100. By the time taken, ultimately it is 15 seconds and we have started with 0. So, what's the difference? The difference is minus 60 by 15. Okay. So, let us see what's the unit is. Now, concentration is generally represented in terms of molarity. So, it is moles per liter and time is specified here in seconds. So, rate here is having a unit of moles per liter per second. So, we are getting this value as minus 4 moles per liter per second. Now, why a negative sign like this? The negative sign is specifying that the reactant concentration, this negative sign specifies that the reactant concentration decreases with time. It drops with time. Why? Because the reactant gets consumed or the reactant disappears with time. If this doesn't occur, the product is not going to get formed, right? Now, let us proceed to the expression for rate or the value for rate with respect to the change in concentration of the product. So, product here is specified by B. So, rate with respect to B is the change in concentration of the product, final concentration minus initial concentration by the time lapse or the time interval. Okay, so final concentration for the product is 60. Initial was 0 and the time taken is 15 minus 0. So it's coming as plus 60 by 15. So it is nothing but plus 4 moles per liter per second. So what is the significance of the positive sign here? So this positive sign denotes that the product concentration increases with time. Okay, or product appears with time, right? So whenever we are going to specify the rate, the magnitude, whether it is in terms of the decrease in concentration of the reactant or it's an increase in the concentration of product, okay, the magnitude will be same because we are considering a particular reaction. The amount by which the product will reactant will decrease, by the same order the product will increase, provided they have similar coefficients. But what is important here, we need to consider the sign. From the sign only we can make out rate is specified for which entity, whether it's for reactants or it's for products. Okay, so rate can in general be specified as rate is equal to change in concentration with respect to time. So it is delta C by delta T. With respect to reactant, we will write it as minus delta C by delta T. And with respect to product, we are going to write plus delta C by delta T. This is for an appreciable change in concentration with time. But if the change is very much small, then we are going to write it as minus dC by dt for reactants and plus dC by dt for products. Okay. Now, so whenever we are considering a chemical reaction, there is disappearance of the reactants and there is appearance of products. Okay. So let us suppose a reaction like this. Suppose the reaction is stated as N2 gas plus 3H2, that is also gas, giving rise to 2NH3. Okay. So here what is happening, this is nothing but the process showing the manufacture of ammonia from nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas. So here nitrogen N2 and hydrogen H2 are the reactants and ammonia NH3 is the product. So how to specify the rate here? Rate of a reaction is specified in terms of the disappearance of the reactants and appearance of the products. But when we are specifying the rate, there are some specifications of stoichiometric coefficients which needs to be considered. Now what we have learned till now, from here we can write that rate of disappearance of N2 is specified as, since it's a reactant, minus dN2 by dt. Okay. Now H2 is the other reactant. So rate of disappearance of H2 is equal to minus dH2 by dt. And ammonia is the product. So it will be rate of appearance of NH3. Since it's a product, it is plus dNH3 by dt. Okay. So these simply represents the rate of disappearance and the rate of appearance. Now we are going to specify the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction is nothing but the rate of appearance and disappearance considering the stoichiometric coefficients, which must be represented in its reciprocal form in the product manner. Okay, so for N2 we will write, what is the coefficient of N2? It is 1. So minus dN2 by dt. Rate can be specified in terms of the change with any one of the reactants or any one of the products. So first we are specifying it in terms of N2. Now in terms of H2. So it is minus dH2 by dt. Now here, what is the coefficient of H2? It is 3. So we need to make a reciprocal of that and keep it in the product form like this. Okay. Now what about ammonia? Ammonia is plus dNH3 by dt. What's the coefficient of NH3? It is 2. So it is 1 by 2 in the reciprocal form. So this is the rate of a reaction. Okay students, that's all. Thank you.